Okay, let me set this up. Give me a second here. All right. Okay, so what I wanted to do real quick is I want to demonstrate how much a person can make with $100 or more in the stock market. Okay. And so that people can have this information, be armed with information that can help them make a more informed decision. All right. So if you want this video, just comment, just leave a comment in the comment section or DM me and let me know that you want this video. On those of you who are on TikTok, the other streaming platforms, you already have it. But let's see. All right, so I want you guys to take a look at what I have here. Let me move this out the way. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see that. All right, I want you to note these numbers here because it's a lot, right? But I want to show you a variation of how you can make money when you're trading stock options, because you don't have to do the there's short term and long term, and you don't have to trade, you don't have to conduct a day trade to make money. You can focus on the more long term side of trading, which is swings or leaps. And all that means, you don't have to know what swings and leaps are, but what they are is simply um, longer term stock options, right? So you could do a week out, you could do 30 days out, you could do 60 days out, or longer. It's up to you. They have several options available to choose from. And I want to show you how you can make $100, how you can grow $100 and continue to rinse and repeat that same process. So that I know for a fact, because of what I've been seeing on social media, there's a lot of misconception about, how much it costs. Trading is too complicated, it's too much to learn, and it really isn't. It really isn't. I mean, this is no different than what the average person has to do if you go to start a new job or 9 to 5, whether it's in customer care or at a warehouse or at a fast food restaurant. So it doesn't matter. It's the same amount or degree or level of training you'd have to learn when starting a new job. So this is no different. You can learn this. It'll take you literally, even if you took your time, it'll take you maybe a week to really get this. And plus, you can practice risk free. So let me go ahead and jump right into it. Notice these numbers here. Okay. So I have 4 different examples that I want to demonstrate here. Okay. And I want you guys to see how much money you could make with $100. Okay. Now I took this screenshot because Tesla is falling right now. But before Tesla fell, here's what the numbers were. Hopefully you guys can see that. Here's what the numbers were for Tesla. Okay. So we had, as you can see, 1 contract, 5 contracts, 4 contracts, 20 contracts. And here's the percentage gained, right? 63%, 60%, 32%, and close to 13%. Why do these numbers matter? Because I want you to see that with the cost of these contracts, okay, $252, um, 2,300, 3,200, and a little over 18,000. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, for those of you who might be thinking, hey, I don't have $20,000, or I don't have $5,000, or I don't have $2,000. But I can, I do have 100 to, $500 available. That's why I want to show you guys simply how this works, okay, when day trading stock options. All right, so if you have $100, for example, because you can buy a contract for $100. So don't fret. You can buy contracts as little as $100. Some are even cheaper than that. But let's assuming you're trading Tesla, you can definitely get a Tesla contract for $100. All right. So with that $100, take a look at these numbers here. Let me see if I could zoom in. Oops. If I could zoom in for you guys on TikTok. Hopefully you can see these numbers clearly on TikTok. The other streaming platforms, you should be fine. All right, so notice these numbers here. If you had $100, it's okay if you don't have this amount in to trade with. You don't need it. You can make money with just $100, even with Tesla. Okay. So how would you do that? Well, I want you to pay attention to this contract, for example, the July 18th with 20 contracts. This number means the number of contracts total that was purchased. So this is 20. But I want to show you, let me flip over to this screen and pull this up. Give me 1 second. This contract was purchased July 10th. This contract was purchased July 10th, and it gained 63%. Okay, it gained 63%. Now, if you bought if you bought a contract for $100 on July 10th, you could have earned 63% on that $100. What does that look like? That means you could have earned $63 on that $100 in 8 days. In 8 days. Okay, with just $100, people. With just $100. Okay. Now, before, let me pull this up just a little bit and zoom out just slightly. Now, like I said, if you had bought one Tesla contract on July 10th for $100, you could have made $63 in 8 days. Okay, $63. Now, this is for those who think or believe you can't make money with a little bit of money, okay? Because you can. And you definitely can, because I'm demonstrating it here live. All right, with one contract, if you had bought it on the 10th, it would have netted you 63% return on that $100 investment, which means it would have netted you a gain of $63. Okay, $63. And all you do is simply rinse and repeat that process. You take the initial investment of $100 plus the $63 that you gained in profit, and you reinvest it and let it continue to grow again. And that's when compounding starts to take effect. Now that $163, if it gained another 50%, now your money is going to begin to grow exponentially. So don't let people tell you you can't grow your money and have your money work for you, even if you only have a little bit, as little as $100, because I'm demonstrating for you right now during this live that you can. I'm showing you that if you had bought a contract on July 10th, this is when I bought this contract here. Now, I bought 20 of them. I bought 20 of these, okay? But if you had bought one contract on July 10th. This contract doesn't expire until July 18th. So you would have bought one contract on July 10th for $100, and look at how high. I took a screenshot before the market started to drop a little bit. So you can see that you would have gained as high as 63%. Now, earlier this was 75%, but it did drop a little bit. So I wanted to capture it before it dropped any further, because you can see now it's down to 54%. But that $100, that 100 initial investment, or initial investment of $100, would have netted you $63. Okay, $63 in 8 days. In 8 days, and this is working for you. You're not even doing anything. Okay, all you did was enter one trade and let that trade run for, you know, the length of your period of your initial contract, which in this case was 8 days. Okay, so it is possible for you to make money. I just want to make that extremely clear. It is possible for you to make money even with cheaper contracts. Okay, even with cheaper contracts, you can make money. All right, it's not that difficult. It is not that difficult at all. All right, so I'm going to recap this one more time. The numbers that you're seeing here, the only thing I want you to pay attention to is not this large number here, because I did buy a significant number of contracts. But what I want you to note is the numbers here that you see in this P&L column, okay? And up here above, because I took a screenshot before the numbers started to drop. It was as high as 75% today, but it did drop a little bit. It's slowly starting to recover and push back up. But I just want you to take note of these numbers here, okay? Because you wouldn't have bought, maybe you couldn't afford to buy these more expensive Tesla contracts. But don't let anybody deceive you and tell you that you can't buy a Tesla contract for as little as $100, because you can. Okay, I've been doing it. I've been testing this personally, and that's why I'm doing this live, so you guys can see this. $100, guys. If you had purchased this on July 10th, you would have now gained as high as 63% on that initial investment of only $100. How much is that? $63. Okay, 63% of $100 is $63. All right. So you can make money with cheaper contracts. Tesla does have cheaper contracts available. And guess what? You didn't have to sit in front of a screen all day. You initiated the trade once and you let it run. When you initiated the trade, you also systematically entered your stop loss. The system, the brokerage, Thinkorswim, or any other brokerage account you decide to use, whether it's Webull or some other one, you can systematically enter your stop loss and say, hey, look, if this trade begins to work against me and it starts to, if it moves against me and starts to deduct money from this initial investment of $100, I want you to get out at 5% or 10%, right? So 5% would be of $100, that would be $5. 10% would be $10, right? So you could enter this in systematically so you don't have to watch this, okay? You can enter it in systematically so you don't have to watch it. So you can say, hey, I'm going to enter this trade with $100. I want you to stop out if the trade begins to work against me, and deduct 5% or 10%, which is only $5 or $10. But if the trade continues to work, now it's just working. You're at work, you're doing your thing, or you're taking care of other errands. You're doing your thing. You're not worried about it because you're covered. You're covered if the market works against you, and you're going to continue to make money if the market trends in your favor. In this example, I'm using this example, $100 could have earned you $63 in 8 days, and you would have entered it on July 10th and would have just let it run. So this is the more long-term side or option that you have available if you don't have the time to day trade, to enter into a trade during the day at some point and close out before the day ends. If you don't have the time to do that, you can enter into longer duration trades. Okay. And I'm demonstrating that here with Tesla, for example. Many people believe Tesla's too expensive to buy contracts and make money. No, it's not. They do have expensive contract options, but they also have the cheaper contract options. And people who've been trading for a long time don't even know this because they never tested it. But I decided to test this personally. And I've discovered that the cheaper contracts do move. You can make hundreds to thousands of dollars even with the cheaper contracts for people. Okay. I am not lying to you. I have the day trading journal to show you that I've been testing this and making money. Okay. I made over $300 today and over $300 yesterday with the cheaper contracts. So you can make money. All right. But with this example, before I close out, I just want to recap really quickly. All right. If you have $100, okay, $100, you do not need a lot of money to make money with trading stock options. Okay, you do not. Don't let people fool you or deceive you. With $100, okay, if you had entered this particular contract July 10th, you would have entered it once. You would not have had to sit in front of your screen and watch this trade. Okay. You would have entered it once. You would have also entered your stop loss limit of 5 to 10%, which would have stopped you out of the position if the trade begins to deduct $5 or $10. That's 5 or 10% of $100. Your $100 is your total position. Then you would have just let it run for these 8 days. Today, this stock reached as high as 75%, but you can see it did lower a little bit. It did drop a little bit. So even with the drop, the slight drop, you would have earned 65% on return on your $100 investment, people. That's $65 of your $100 initial investment. So don't let people fool you or deceive you that you can't make money with just a little bit of money in this day trading, or excuse me, I don't want to say day trading. It is investing in stock options. Okay, it's not day trading. In this example, you could have made money today, which you can see at the very bottom here. That's what this contract is. I entered this contract today. This is just one contract. And the total cost was $269. There are cheaper contracts. The example that I was using earlier is 100. But just for example, this is a real-time trade of $268, and it is earned within the short period $7.50. What does that look like? This is a almost 3% return, okay, on that investment. It's now up to 4%. So it's growing. But with that $100 initial investment on the 10th that you would have purchased, as an example, you would have earned 65%. You can see it did drop a little bit. It is fluctuating from 65 to 62, but you would have earned $62 on that initial $100 investment, people. Okay. Don't let people deceive you that you can't make money. And you're not even sitting in front of the screen. You enter this once. Then you could take the money out today. For example, you get off work, or you're on the lunch break, you check it out. You're like, "Ooh, I made $63. I made $64. You can exit the trade. Well, when do you get back on? Okay, let me show you that. Let me demonstrate that for you. When do you re-enter the trade with this $100 initial investment plus the $63 or $64 that you gain? So when would you re-enter the stock, the trade again? Well, let me show you quickly, and then I'm going to wrap up this live session. So if you found value in this, feel free to like, subscribe, follow for more. If you want this recap, if you want to see the whole thing, if you missed some parts, just comment in the comment section that you want the replay, or DM me that you want the replay, and I'll send you a link to the replay. No problem. All right. If you have questions, I'll answer you guys' questions as when I end the live stream. Okay. It's hard for me to do that during the live stream because I'm new to streaming. So I don't really know how to navigate these screens just yet. All right. So when would you re-enter? That's the point that I'm showing you guys here. This is Tesla, but it doesn't matter for any stock I could show you which stocks to that you would be interested in trading, and you have a ton to choose from. All right. You can't pick any stock because every stock doesn't move, but Tesla in this example does. All right. Tesla moves every day on average $16. Okay. But when would you re enter? Notice these ebbs and flows, right? Notice these ebbs and flows. All right. This what you're looking for is when the stock drops again. When the stock drops again, that's when you re enter. We call it dips. You buy on the dip and you ride it till it, trends to a certain point, trends up to a certain point. That's it. Anyone can see on this chart, you can see visually, you can eyeball this and see when the stock is going up and when the stock is going down. Let me pull this over for you guys on TikTok. You can see when the stock is going up and you can see when the stock is going down. This is not rocket science, people. Don't let people deceive you and tell you that learning how to read charts is difficult. This is a simple break and retest strategy. This is visually, you can see this. You can see when the stock went up, you can see when the stock went down. What are we looking for? We're looking for an entry point. So you wait till the stock hits a bottom, and then you wait to see buyers stepping in to push the stock price back up. When I zoom in, you can see this more clearly for those of you on TikTok. When it hits a bottom, you're going to see when buyers are stepping in because you'll see a candle that looks like this. This is a very large bullish candle. Okay, that's what you're looking for. You're waiting to see, okay, did we bottom out? Did we hit the very bottom? And when buyers step in, you will see it. It's not rocket science. You will see it. So when you see it, then you enter your trade. You re-enter the trade. So you'll take that $100 initial investment, and then you plus the $64 gain. So that's $164 for your new position. You re-enter this trade, and then you would have caught this momentum, right? For the day. You would have caught this today. You would have caught this today. Okay. But this is when you would have entered the trade. So I'm just showing you guys an example. When you make your money for the longer duration trades that are 1 week out or 3 months out or 6 months out or a year out, this is what you're looking for to re-enter. So when you take profit, you can see here, if you had took profit at the top, then you would have waited for the stock to bottom, right? You would have waited for the stock to bottom, and this can happen any day. So when you're at work or on your lunch break or on the weekend, you could just periodically check to see when the stock, because you exited here, for example, you exited at the top, and then when the trade begins to trend downward, you wait for the bottom. Well, how do you know when you reach the bottom? This is what I'm demonstrating here. You see when buyers are stepping in to push the price up, you can see these little bitty candles. Anyone can see this. It doesn't take rocket science to learn how to read this chart. You can see these little bitty candles are just saying, okay, buyers and sellers are just fighting and they're pretty much equal to each other. Nothing's happening. But when buyers do decide to step in, that's when I'm going to re-enter my position. This is what you're looking for, a candle that looks like this. All right, towards the upside, and you take it back toward the upside. So you would have made money on the initial entry on July 10th. You would have gotten out here. You would have dropped when the stock dropped. You would have already been out. You would have waited for buyers to step back in. You would have re-entered with your initial $100 investment plus your $65 gain to ride it back up again. You can rinse and repeat this, people. You can rinse and repeat this. Don't let people tell you that it takes a whole lot of money and it's too complex for anybody to learn this. No, it is not. If you want this video recap, just send a comment, leave a comment, say, hey, I want the replay of this video. Or you can direct message me and I will send you this video so you can watch the whole thing, because I demonstrated how you can make money with $100. All right, how you can make money and rinse and repeat that same strategy, even if you have a 9 to 5 or you don't have time. Okay, you can do this, set it once, you can enter your exit strategy in the system. This is an easy thing to learn. This is not rocket science, people. Don't be afraid. This is not rocket science. Yes, there's a little bit to learn, no different than what you had to learn when you started your new job. Okay, right? This is no different. When you bought your new iPhone, you just had to learn a couple of things to get it right. This is no different. All right, this is very easy. All right. So I'm going to close this video. I'm going to close this video with a simple recap. $100 could have netted you if you had entered on the 10th of July on the dip when the stock lowered. It would have netted you $65 today. Okay. And then you would have exited with your $65 gain plus your $100 initial investment for $165 total, and you would be looking for the next dip. So when Tesla decides to dip again, that's when you'd be looking for the re-entry to put that money back in so it can continue growing. Okay. And when you find that dip, when the dip happens, you're looking for this, people. You're looking for a sign that buyers are stepping in aggressively to push the stock back up again. This is what this looks like. Anyone can see this visually to see this candle and the difference between this candle and these little bitty tiny candles here. Anybody can see this. All right. So with that said, those of you who are interested in catching my pre-market prep every day, I go live at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Eastern. Those of you who are also interested in catching my mentor, who is only 24 years of age and is a multimillionaire, this man is making so much money day trading, people. It is crazy. Okay. It's crazy. I can go live. I will go live every Friday at 8:30 a.m. Central every Friday and 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay, every Friday, so you can see him live. You can check it out for a couple of seconds, for a couple of minutes, or for the entire session, depending on how much time you have. Look at what I paid $3,500. Just so you know, I paid $3,500 to join his community, to learn from him, to be able to join his live, to see how to trade. I've been trading for 3 months, people. Look at what I made. Look what I made. I paid $3,500 to join this community. You can watch it for free. Okay, no cap. I'm taking y'all behind the veil of day trading. So if you're interested in checking to see your money start working for you as you start to job, or maybe you love your job and you want to keep it anyway, but you want to make, you know, money on the side. You want your money to grow so you can have more money to take care of your bills, pay off more debt, or for just simply fun and leisure, right? Or to leave for your children or for your family. Okay. So either one, whatever, no matter the goal, you can do that. All right. So I made $7,000 within this past 3 months. And I have been testing these cheaper contracts. That's why I'm going live to show you, because I wanted to do the test. I wanted to get the real data to see, because it doesn't seem like a lot of people know this, because everybody assumes that, oh, Tesla's cost too much and these stocks is too expensive and it's too much to learn. No, it's not. No, it's not. All right. Don't let people deceive you. Okay. So I'm letting you guys join my live for free. I paid $3,500. You could join for free, no gatekeep, and you can start learning from my mentor every Friday. You can check out his day trade every Friday. Those of you, before I drop this in this live, look at this. Look at what this man did today. Okay, look at what he did today. Let me adjust my camera on those of you who are on TikTok. $10,000 today. This man did $10,000. This happened within the first 5 minutes. This is crazy. 5 minutes. This guy's 24. I'm 46 large. He's 24. I have no shame in learning from young people. I have no shame in learning from young people. And you can see my progress learning from him. Okay. Within 3 months, I'm up 7K. All right. I'm up 7K. But look at what he's doing, man. This man is doing numbers, 10K. Look at what he did. I'm gonna show you guys this real quick, and then I'm gonna end this. Is this it? Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second, people. 1 second. He made 8,000. You see this? He made 8,000. What was this? Yesterday. He made 10,000 today. He made 22,000. Let me zoom up to that. 20,000 the day before yesterday. Okay, this man, he made like over 50,000 last week. All right. This guy's a multimillionaire and he's only 24. He's only 24. So you can learn too, for free, no gatekeep. Just join my live every Friday. 8:30 a.m. Central. 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay, I'll go live with him. I feel like it's too much of a distraction right now for me to go live with my social media platforms and focus on my trade and try to remain disciplined in my psychology. Right now, that's too difficult, but I do want to offer you guys the opportunity to learn because I feel like everybody should be making money right now. And you can make money either day trading stock options or the longer term side, which is the swings or trades that I demonstrated today. If you want this replay, remember, leave a comment in the comment section, or send me a DM and just say, hey, I want the replay for the video that you did today on $100, how to make money with $100 in the stock market. Okay. Trading stock options. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna end this live. I gave you the information that you needed. If you have questions, I will answer the questions. If you left me any questions after I end this live, I will answer within 24 hours. I will not leave you hanging ever. All right. It's your man Ace. I'm out. I'm ending this live. All right. I'm dropping the mic right here. Y'all have a good one. If you found value, feel free to like, subscribe, follow for more, and share it with others. All right. I'm out.